Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I want to do a overview of Shiba and Doge as far as an investment and the potential upside that they have based on the amount of risk that you're going to be taking. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research and make your own decisions. I'm essentially caving to peer pressure here since everybody is doing videos on Shiba, Doge, Shiba passing Doge, then going back down, then passing it again, so on and so forth. I own a very small amount of Doge, 150 bucks, something like that. And I bought that when I originally got in. And I don't own any Shiba, although I did think about buying Shiba a couple weeks ago. It has since done a 2x from there. So just for full transparency there, I do not have any Shiba. I do have a little bit of Doge. But in this video, I just want to talk about the market cap and the potential growth moving forward. I think that's a topic that's getting missed right now on a lot of these conversations. And so that's what I want to go over in this video. Both of them have roughly a $40 billion market cap right now. So if you're looking moving forward, like, should I get in? Did I already miss out? Like, so on and so forth. A 10x would put either one of these at a $400 billion market cap. So a 10x from here would put it right here. For it to go 20x from here, it would have to go to 800 billion as far as the market cap. So a little bit under $1 trillion. And anything above this, you're going to be getting around the $1 trillion mark as far as the overall market cap. So just take that into consideration. Say, how high do I honestly think this will go? And do I think that it will maintain that value over time? And that's just something that you can answer on your own. I'm not here to, speculate on that because, quite frankly, I would have gotten both of these wrong had you asked me about this before they both took off. So I would have never expected that they would get to a $40 billion market cap. So I'm not going to say they can't get to a $100 billion market cap or whatever it may be. I would just ask you to genuinely, honestly look at this and say, how high do I really think this can go? And are there other areas where I may be able to find cryptocurrencies that have more upside based on their market capitalization, their use case, their partnerships, their adoption, all of these other things elsewhere within the coin market cap? So that's what the numbers say. So I would just ask you to honestly look at this and say, what do I realistically think this can do? And how much upside do I think that it has left? And the other thing that I want to talk about, which is what I was talking about on the previous page, but I want to put out like an image that kind of helps me explain my thought process behind this. When you're looking at making a cryptocurrency investment, this is what I look at. This doesn't have to be what you look at. This is just my process. Risk versus reward and the potential upside that something has. So if you're looking at this like it's a bar graph, and at the left you have almost no risk, and then all the way to the right, it's very high risk. And then for the upside, all the way to the left, let's say that it has 1,000x potential, but all the way to the right, you have 20x potential. Right? If you're investing in something at this point in time, at this stage of adoption that does not, in your mind, have 20x potential, it may be time to look outside of that. Just my own, personal suggestion there. And I'll go over, a couple different things about this. So when you're looking at risk, I would say that Bitcoin is as close to being no risk as you can get. Nothing could ever be no risk, but Bitcoin is getting to be as close to having little to no risk as you can get. The more it's adopted, the more users come on the network, and the more platforms and networks and companies that are holding it and using it, it continues to get to the point where it has extremely low risk because so many things are dependent on Bitcoin. And I would say Ethereum is right there next to it at this point in time during, adoption. And I would also say Chainlink. Chainlink comes probably third. It's probably Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Chainlink, just because of how many applications are dependent on Chainlink. And Chainlink is going to have a ton of corporate partnerships outside of the blockchain space that they're going to be feeding data to. So, and then you have to go down to upside. And an example of something that'd be very high risk would just be an application that's being built. It has a very small market cap, not a lot of venture capital backing them. It has a lot of competition, but you might think that it has a ton of upside, and you might like the developers and what they're doing and their overall value proposition to the market. So let's go down to upside. So I would say 20x is really the bottom range of what you would want to look at here. If you don't think that it has 20x potential from here, I'm talking about over the long haul. Then again, my mindset would be I'm going to look somewhere else, but 20x would be the bottom here. And let's say 1000x is all the way to the top range of the upside. Well, Bitcoin would probably may or may not have as much upside as Chainlink from here, just based on market cap. So I put Chainlink maybe a little bit closer to the side that has more upside, but I still think Bitcoin has more than, significantly more than 20x upside from here. This is just my own personal opinion. This is not financial advice. And another example of something like this would be QuantStamp. QuantStamp is partnered with the World Economic Forum, and they are working with numerous large blockchains. So I think that, something like that would give QuantStamp a lower amount of risk. And then you look at their market cap at $60 million, and you would say that has a ton of upside. And they're already working with most of the main blockchains. So that's just an example of what I'm looking at. And those are the two things I evaluate. How much risk am I taking? How much upside is there? And I'm perfectly fine taking more risk, and AlchemX would be an example of this. AlchemX doesn't have a whole lot of VC firms backing them, and they don't have a ton of adoption at this point in time. However, they do have unique functionality, and they have a very, very small, fully diluted market cap. So they do have a lot more upside than the traditional cryptocurrency that I would invest in. So that's all I'm saying. Look at what you believe the risk is of either one of these investments. Just give it a general idea of what do I think risk is, and what do I genuinely believe the upside is from here. Do I think this is going over $1 trillion, market cap, right? Just honestly ask yourself that question. I'm not even going to speculate on it because, one, I don't really hold either one of these. Even though I do have a small position in Dogecoin, it's not enough to even really comment on it like I'm a part of the Doge community or anything like that. And just ask yourself these questions is the best, general message that I could give, not financial advice. That's all I have for this video. Thank you everyone who's liked, shared, and subscribed. I just wanted to cover that because I thought it was important, and it was getting missed. It was getting missed on a lot of conversations that I was hearing about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. I know they're completely different things. Doge is its own chain. Shiba is built on top of Ethereum, and they have developers working. So I totally get that. I just wanted to go over the numbers here, because I think that they're important, and I think they should be taken into consideration when you're looking at making investments and you're looking at risk and potential upside. That's all I have for this video. Thank you everyone who has liked, share, and subscribe. Take care. I will see you in the next video.